Hi, welcome to today's video. This one is what I'm kind of thinking in my head of being like the Halloween special, albeit it's actually going to come out a few days after Halloween. So I've sort of decorated a little bit, got tea light going, created quite a nice, what I feel is a sort of cozy environment. In this week's video, we're going to do my normal kind of chat through of my books, and I'm also going to show you a couple of like new bits and pieces. And depending on time, I thought at the end I would also show you my boo basket. The term feels a little bit silly, but I like the concept of what it actually is. So the idea of you know, a collection of items that you gather together to aid you sort of celebrating Halloween. And for me, although I have this weekend just gone to like a Halloween based event, for me really Halloween is like celebrated being cozy at home, and that's kind of like my plan for the next few days. So when I saw the concept or conversation or whatever happening around boo baskets or boo boxes, I've also seen them called, I really like that idea. You know, it's something I was kind of doing anyway, but being a bit more intentional about it, and it was quite fun, you know, to get those bits and pieces together. So yeah, I may or may not tack that on the end. So just to kind of talk you through the stack, just in case it's the first time you've seen one of my videos, I'm working across a Hobonichi A6 avec, a Filofax in a personal size, and I also have a couple of Traveller's Notebook inserts. This one on the top is not from Traveller's Company itself. This is one made by Meg and Rhiannon, but then I've got a Tokyo edition Traveller's Notebook insert here as well. So yeah, we work our way through and see how we go on. This confetti, by the way, I got in a parcel, and I'll show you that kind of new acquisition once we've gone through my pages for the week. So first things first, looking at the A6, I've got my mood tracker here, which I'm still doing the dots. I'm just thinking, yeah, I need to update this for yesterday, so that's it back there. A couple more stickers have gone in here, so kind of like spoilers, I guess, for the next segment of the video, but I had some Halloween stickers arrive from Megan, and I put a couple in here. I said last week I wasn't like particularly happy with how my calendar page in the A6 was coming along, but these couple of new additions here has really helped make things feel a bit more like cohesive and balanced, so I'm liking it a lot more now. And then if we go to the daily pages, so I think last time we spoke we were here. So yeah, on these couple of days, actually I'll rewind slightly. In terms of my layout and how I decorate and stuff, so I use the checkbox section at the top here for a daily tarot reading. I just do a single card pull, and it's more about learning about the meanings of the cards and kind of yeah, helping me to remember them. And then at the end of each day I'd write like a Dear Diary entry to record what I had done in that particular day. So yeah, across these 2 days I use these kind of like post-it memo pad things to add a bit more texture and layer the page up a bit. I think just because they are as decorative as they are in themselves, I didn't necessarily like how these came out as such. I feel like it feels a bit kind of cluttered and busy, but I also did add a sticker here from Papershire just to add a bit of spookiness to it really. And then we've got the next couple of days, so something I've also sort of taken to doing, I'd say maybe in the last like month or so, is like collaging the decoration and like piecing things together and trying to get a really nice composition, and I've been really enjoying that. So firstly on this day I have stuck in a picture from my thermal printer, Now sometimes I do tack these in, you can see I've done it this next day, but usually I will do it on like a hinge, or like this page I've got the text underneath so I can just move it. But on this day I just decided I was going to integrate it to the decoration that bit more, so I've added some stickers. With it being a thermal printer picture, the picture will fade over time, but I think it's still nice to have it recorded even though it's kind of ephemeral. I keep umming and ahhing whether or not to get a more you know, a proper mini printer, but they're kind of out of budget for me at the moment, so maybe it's something I'll ask for Christmas or something like that. But anyway, this picture, just in case you can't see it, it's like a flat lay of things that I bought that day. So that it was kind of my last day of Halloween type shopping. I'm not sure what it's like, you know, around the world. I think this happens quite a lot in the USA as well, but in the UK at least, from like mid-August to the beginning of September, Halloween stock in shops starts disappearing in favour of Christmas stuff, and it's now at the point now where it's actually really difficult to find any Halloween stuff in shops except for like multi-packs of sweets for trick-or-treaters. So these were kind of like the last things I was able to get my hands on. I've got a couple of candles, I've got, like, you can see this notepad here. I also got a Frankenstein's monster figurine, and for me that's not like Halloween directly, it's not just a Halloween decoration. I'd been after one for ages and my local HMV started stocking them, so he lives on my desk now. And it also features the like mini notebook that I mentioned last week. I can't tell if it's in shot, it's just to the side here, but I will show you in a bit more detail as we get on. So yeah, that was like a nice cute day. I struggle to get out, but now and again I'll kind of, you know, get my energy together, get my spoons together and venture out, and then spend a few days like recovering from it kind of thing afterwards. But I try and make it as accessible and engaging and fun as I can, and try not to get too overwhelmed. And then a couple of stickers. So we've got another Paper Show one here, and then this one is a Megan Rhiannon one. That's from her Halloween set that she did last year. And then we've got the next day. I've got a photograph here of like my pages open and the bits and pieces that I got from Megan that I'll show you shortly. Just a really lovely collection of things, and receiving that parcel without like getting like too mushy or whatever, but seeing like the love and the attention that had gone into that work really like pepped me up and got me feeling like really positive and in the Halloween mood. I've had like ebbs and flows in the last few weeks of feeling in a bit of a downer, because there's not that many people that I know in my like day-to-day life that care about this season and this holiday as much as I do. You know, there's people I speak to online and stuff that are very much into it as well, which is really nice. So yeah, as part of these ebbs and flows, this was like a really nice day for feeling like, yeah, the work and the love and the attention that had gone into the various bits and pieces that I got just really lightened my spirits. And then we've got a bit of like a collage thing happening in the corner. So at the very base of it is some grid paper, like white paper with a fluorescent orange grid. And this was part of like a pack of paper that PJ got for me, well, not got for me, but gifted me a few weeks ago when I got the Hobonichi A5 cover from her for next year. So that's like the base of this. And then I've got this like Halloween trick or treat ticket here. This is from the Sticky Club Midnight Tarot collection. The artist for that is Asako Draws. I really like that particular sheet in the set. I've got a safety pin here that's from Olive and Mabel as part of the collaboration that they did with Bronte. And then we've got a couple of Megan stickers here as well. We had a food shop arrive on this day, so that's why that one's here. The next day, trying to think what happened. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I did a bit of reading, had a barber's appointment, and I went on like a walk through my local park on the way to the barber's, and then I worked on an art competition. So decoration wise, how that kind of tied in is this sticker was from the package I'd received the previous day, but because I'd done this decoration in advance, so there wasn't room on this page. And then we've got a bit of washi tape here from Maragona Suli. We've got the like golden disc sticker that was on part of the parcel that I received from Megan, and we've got a conker here which is part of one of the sticker sheets that I received. So yeah, another kind of like Halloweeny day, and I wanted to put the conker down in particular because of that walk through the woods, not the woods, sorry, my local park that I'd had, because there's loads of conkers all over the floor of that at the minute. Cool. Next day, the next day I was I was like out all day and got back late because of the sort of Halloween outing that we had. So decoration wise, I've got some washi at the top here. So normally, like I mentioned, I have my tarot readings up here. However, on the 25th going into the 26th, we went to visit my partner's parents, so I didn't take my tarot deck with me. I didn't then do a reading this morning, so I've just used the tape to utilise that space a bit. We've got a couple of Megan stickers here. I've used one of her, I think it's from a sheet called like Planner Sheet or something like that. It says Catching Up, because I caught up on this entry the following day. And then this little cat is a Maragona Suli one. These are like, yeah, Halloweeny spooky vibes. We went on a guided tour of one of the what's supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain on this day. So that's why we've got this stuff. And the cat is here because my partner's parents have a cat, and I spent some time in the morning like stroking her and cuddling her. And then I've tacked in a couple of pictures from that day. So we've got like the local canal here with some nice autumnal trees. And then this is like the entry hall for the museum where we had the tour. And then we're on to like the current spread. So yesterday's decoration, this is quite like massive, and it didn't leave as much room as I would normally have for writing. This is I cut out this skull from a poster for an event that we went to on this day. So on this day we went from my partner's parents to an appointment in one city, drove up to a different city. We went to a craft market, which is what this skull is from, out for dinner, and then we did the tour, which was very full on, and I'm very glad. Like, I've got the next few days to rest, because for me that's a hell of a lot. Anyway, so the skull is from the poster for that. So it was a way of me having like the ephemera from the event, but then also like using it decoratively. And then there's these floral stickers as well, so it's almost like they're coming out of the skull. I believe they're from Olive & Mabel, but I'm not 100% sure. I've got today's like tarot entry here, and then we've got a little bit of decoration ready for later on. So a little bit of that washi tape from the other day, and that is just because when I pulled the tape out to lay it down, it was just a tiny bit too long, so I saved it aside and I've put it down there. And then we've got a couple of Megan stickers from the new Halloween sticker set that she has done. And I think that's me caught up. I'm just going to check. Yeah, I had some post arrive, so just to update that there. So that's the A6 at the minute. Next we'll have a look at the Filofax. Oh yeah, this is a good opportunity for me to shift some stuff as well, actually. So I mentioned last week, the chances are from like next week's video you might not see this. I keep umming and ahhing about how to progress with this, how to maybe transition into like a smaller book instead. my to-do list for October, that's all sorted. I've started a to-do list for November. So these inserts here, these are just like, these are Filofax own brand ones that came with the planner. I've used a Megan sticker here. At the moment, the November to-do list says buy Christmas presents and pack away my Halloween decorations. There's a couple of other things I've got in my head to do, but what I potentially might do when it comes to using the new notebook is use like a sticky note, like as an inbox. So in a similar way to this, where I'm conscious of it's something that I need to do, but it doesn't have to be that day. It can be there front and centre as a good reminder, in a similar way to how this is at the moment. So we've got my tracker from last week. I'm just going to quickly update things from last night. So time to archive this page. I'll put that to the side for now. Also switching the pens over, so we're going from the brown Sarasa vintage clip pen. I never say the words in the right order. Going from the brown one to the purple one, because I think the purple, you might not be able to see, but in this sticker I've used here, there's some purple stars, so I just thought I'd pair that nicely. This sticker is another one from that Midnight Tarot set with Sticky Club, and it's by Laurel May Art, and all hers are like little square icons, so I think those might be quite good for decorating the calendar pages. So we've got this all set up. So it's my tasks I want to try and do every day, tasks I want to do at least once a week, and then my like miscellaneous or one-off ones. So for example, I'm doing Peachtober this month. I feel like I've mentioned that every video this month, but I've just got here a little reminder to like post for Peachtober, and I'll just do that each day. And then similarly on the back here, we've got health things that I like to track and keep an eye of. And I do have another one of these inserts printed off for next week as well. Something that I'm potentially going to do is to actually keep the Filofax like running in the background for my trackers and for my collection section at the back, because those are still very useful, but it would be this like middle chunk that would be moving to a smaller like pocket size notebook, because that's the bit that I like want and need on me all the time. That's the issue that I'm finding with bulk, whereas with my trackers and my collections, if they're to like live in my office or on my desk, that's not a problem at all, because I've got the space here to be able to do what I need to with those. So yeah, speaking of this notes section, we'll have a flip through and see how I've got on in here the last few days. I think this is where we were. So we had a few like sort of miscellaneous things here. We had a list of November mushrooms for my a piece of artwork that I was working on. We had last week's agenda as well. Then we had Tuesday's to-do list. Very straightforward here, just a sticker from Flying Tiger, my to-do list, and then like a little bubble to remind myself that we had a house viewing at 5 o'clock that day. My partner and I are in the process of trying to find a house to buy, and it just seems to be taking forever. So you might see like on my calendar pages and across these pages various little notes about like, I need to call this estate agent. I feel like it's just like ruling my life currently. And then this following day, there's a little sticker here as part of that same Flying Tiger set. I think it's supposed to be meant as like almost like a tab, like how I'm using this here. But I just did it for a bit of an accent on the page. I used a brush pen here, and I think I use it pretty much every following day after that. I think, yeah, it's the Tombow one, just in black. Just to write the day of the week in capitals. I'm not great at calligraphy. I wouldn't say my penmanship is great, but I like how just like clear and bold it is. It reminds me a little bit of someone I follow on Instagram. I really like how they do their headings and stuff in their books. Can't remember the name now, but I'll put it up on the screen, put their usernames on the screen for you. This little leaf, this is part of a Halloween set I got a few weeks ago from a Poundland shop. where it's, yeah, like the autumnal designs and then this like shimmery iridescent backing that it's on, which is quite unique. Just got an old painting tacked in here. I had it tacked in earlier in the Filofax, and really that's just there because I kind of had some dead space where I didn't feel it was long. Like you can see, Thursday's to-do list is massive. I knew this wasn't going to be enough space, but I didn't want it to be just empty either, so I just tacked that in because it was around. Done a similar thing on Thursday, but I used like a highlighter in the background. It was actually a midliner that I used for this, and then this little green face that I don't really know what it is, that's another Sticky Club one, and that's from the sheet by Citus. And then yeah, Thursday was very busy. It's kind of annoyingly I got this dead space, but I try and be very like free and easy with the space. I mentioned before we had an overnight stay, so I've written a packing list here. Again, midliner in the background, the Tombow pen just over the top, and this is like the free easy looseness that I like, but it's still, I think it still looks like pretty good. Friday I went briefly sort of went back to using the tiger thing, the tiger sticker. No, I just said the word thing like that, it's going to be descriptive enough. I did put in a picture here, one that I'd pulled from Tumblr, just to like fill the space a bit better. And in a similar way, how I had like that bubble a few pages ago for the house viewing, I just reminded myself here that I've got the Barbers. Because yeah, it used to be, I'd say in like the first half of this year, it used to be this book that I'd have like laying open on my desk, but now it's more of just like the Dear Diary entry. The Filofax is what sits open, so if I'm doing something on my laptop or something like that in here, it'll be this that I'm looking at consistently. Didn't have a list for Saturday because we were out like all day, and then we've got a list here for Sunday, and I've used a midliner pen again I think here, and now we're on to Monday. I've had a busy few days and that's quite unusual for me, and I need time to recoup, so I'm hoping that half a page, I'm filming now so I'll just do that, half a page is going to be enough for a to-do list for me. I've used the midliner underneath in the sort of slate grey that I've got, and then this sticker is a Bones and Blankets one, in this nice like sort of gothic font, and that takes us up to now. And my intention then is, I think I've mentioned this last week I think, but I'm pretty sure that I will stick in here maybe till the end of this month, and then come November 1st I'll be moving into this other notebook for these daily bits. And then just have a quick look at the collections. I'm going to use this because I need to hide some information. Yeah. In the collections, not much has changed, except I've now got a Christmas gift list that I need to update actually. So I've just got the two columns: what is the gift, who is it for, and it's the ideas. But then once I've acquired the thing, like you can see there's a little cross there, once I've acquired it I'm just going to put a cross by it, and I know then that I've sorted that for that person. There is a little sticker up here. This is from a Flying Tiger set, and I think I got it last year, and it was a set of all sorts of different things. Like it had some holiday related things in there, it had some Halloween stickers, and it also had a few Christmassy ones, so that's from that bit. And then just a few crosses by some of the films on my to be watch list here, as I'm progressing through that. Hopefully by next week there's going to be a few more, because yeah, I want to watch a few films this week. Okay, so that's the Filofax for the time being. You may or may not see this next week. I think if realistically it's just the trackers, just the collections, I probably wouldn't bother showing you them unless I have maybe done something in a bit of a new different way, or maybe something, vaguely like dramatic happens in them. But I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago. I do feel like I repeat myself a lot. It'll be going on my shelf if I don't use it as heavily for a few months and then come back to it, that's not like an issue or a problem in my mind. I think part of me is kind of like gearing up to using my A5, and I think that's probably why I'm wanting to move away from that, because I know that when I'm in the A5, like I'm hoping to do my tracking in there. I'm probably going to rewrite the collection stuff in there, just so then I've got it to refer to on my desk easily. Yeah, I'll stop waffling about that now. I feel like I'm going off on one a little bit. Okay, Traveller's Notebook size books. So, I've got my one from Megan here. This page is pretty stagnant. Yeah, not loads come out in... so this is like a future log that I keep for media releases. Not much has happened in October, but I'm looking forward to a couple of things in November. Yeah, we've got a couple of films coming out. This page I've been using this month for tracking my Peachtober, and I also track media down the side. That's been helpful to keep track and also think to myself like, oh, what is it that I'm posting tomorrow? Just so I don't get myself mixed up. TBR is pretty static. I'm reading Interview with the Vampire at the moment. Not made masses of progress, but I anticipate I will read quite a bit of that this week. How much have I read so far? I've maybe read like 50 pages so far. And then we get to the commonplace section, which, yeah, I showed you last week that I finished off the section in here and moved across to my overflow book, the Tokyo one. And I was just trying to think before I made... Yeah, I was just trying to think before I started filming. This week, I haven't actually done any commonplacing, which is probably the first time in quite a while that I had those busy few days, sort of tail end of the week. And during the week last week, I was working on an art competition and getting my submission sorted so that then I could enjoy and relax this week. So there's not really anything to show you across these books in particular. So the next thing I wanted to sort of cover as part of the video was just... kind of a couple of new additions, so to speak, just because I got very excited about them, and I like to share the things that I get excited about. So I touched on it last week, and I've mentioned it a couple of times through this video so far. I'm potentially moving away from the Filofax, at least in part, and I want to make use of various notebooks that I've acquired through the years. I have a few that are in like an A5 size, which are probably a bit bulky for what I'm wanting to do at the minute. But I've got a few that are like passport size or pocket size, that I think are going to be really handy for what I've got in mind. So this one, let's see if I can find... Okay, so the illustrator is someone called Emily Dumas, or Dumas, and I got this from... Well, it's actually originally from TK Maxx, but I got it from somebody on Vinted. And I think at TK Maxx, they've also been doing mugs and stuff with this design on. The book came with a ballpoint pen, this gold point pen. It was sort of like tucked in there. But I have just slipped in my Hobonichi pen for the time being. And I've done a bit of setup in here. So the aim of this book is it's just going to be like my everyday carry, chuck it in a pocket, chuck it in a book. My ephemeral lists, so the things that currently are in this middle section here. That's the plan for it. That's what I've got in mind, and I am going to have a bit of a key. So I've drawn up. You know what, I'll move these just for a moment. I've drawn up a bit of a key to get me started. So I had some dot stickers that I used for my commonplacing, and they were like 5mm, and some time ago I accidentally bought some that were 8mm. They're just massive, and I've been using them in my art shop when I package up orders and stuff, but I thought actually I could utilise some of them in here. So I started a key. I want to keep it as minimal as possible because this isn't my commonplace, but I just want to, if I'm flipping through this and I just want to be able to find, oh, where's that to-do list? I'm hoping that these couple of dots are going to help me do that. just the little bit of decoration I did. The washi tape on the back there is a Colour Cafe one, and then the letters that I've got here are from a set that I got from Flying Tiger, the same set that had like those like flag headers and things in that. Something else I've done just to help set up is when I placed my Hobonichi order for 2025, I bought a pack of the everyday pockets. I think this is like the ticket size. That's not right. It's like the medium size, the in between. It's the one that's got the green backing. And I thought this would be helpful to keep some of the dots in. So rather than, like when I commonplace, I typically have my book and I have like a roll of stickers, or I'll have a sheet of stickers and they're sitting elsewhere. Whereas obviously the point of this is supposed to be like free and easy, chuck it in my pocket, chuck it in my bag. So I don't then want to be carrying around a separate sheet of things. So I've just, for the colours that I've like established that I'm going to use, I put them in here. And I've also got a Megan business card here. Because I've placed a few orders with her like through the years, I've got a couple of these knocking around, and I just thought it'd be helpful to kind of use it as a ruler, but also it looks quite nice as well. And because I anticipate that I'm going to fly through these small notebooks quite quickly, rather than using the adhesive that comes on this pocket, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, I've just quite loosely tacked it down using some washi tape, because that way once I finish the book I can just transfer this to whatever book I go to next. So that's that set up quite nicely. And yeah, the Hobonichi pens fit in here like snugly, so it's not going to fall out, but it's not too much effort to put it in either. So I'm looking forward to getting a start on that. The other thing I was thinking I might start doing is I've got quite a collection, I think you can see them in shot, quite a collection of Megan's gloomy cards, and usually they sit on my desk, which is absolutely fair enough. Like I like looking at them and so on, but I do quite like the idea of like carrying one with me and having like a card of the week or something. So I might just start pinning one in here. I've been a bit precious about damaging them up to this point, but I always come back to, I can't remember kind of who said it or what the origin is, but your things are meant to be enjoyed. You're meant to burn that candle, drink that coffee, use your stickers. So it's kind of that mentality that I'm going to try and implement and take into the next few weeks. And then yeah, I've mentioned it like kind of a couple of times incidentally as I've been talking, but I placed an order with Megan as part of her like Halloween drop a few days ago. So I ordered some sticker sheets, I ordered some gloomies, and I also ordered her new zine. So just to show you the sticker sheets in case you've not seen them, I got 2 of her Halloween ones for this year. So we've got like the lovely autumnal leaf here, quite a few ghosts, some like food and drink based things, which is lovely. I got another one of the square planner ones because I really like these. I particularly love the Gloomy Kids Club membership card or like library card. That's always fun. And then I sort of topped up my Halloween stickers from last year as well. These are some of my absolute favourite ones to use. So I picked those up, and then I've got quite a few of Megan's gloomy cards, but for whatever reason I hadn't. Sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time, and that's a recipe for disaster. I hadn't picked up her Halloween ones before, but I absolutely love them. They're so, I love the detail and how everyone's got like their sort of unique accessories kind of thing, and then the songs that go alongside it are great picks as well. Yeah, just really lovely. I like the clown. It's weird, I have like quite a fear of like clowns and, you know, people dressed up in costumes at theme parks and stuff. I really hate it, but I love the look of like the traditional clown makeup and like mime makeup, so I think that's my way in. And this little clown person's cute. yeah, I've got this one like front and centre because I feel like this is my vibe for this week. The person's got their kind of like comfy clothes on. They've got videotapes here and TV. They've got the coffee. Like my thing for this week is going to be to watch as many like spooky / horror films as I can, and also some like Halloween specials of our favourite TV shows. That's a fun way to do things as well. Enjoy my snacks, enjoy my coffee, and just really like be present and enjoy the time. Yeah, so I got these gloomies, and then the other thing I got, which I will show you, is Megan's Halloween zine. But I have put that in my boo basket because I think that's going to be a great thing to read over the next few days. So I'll show you that. We'll transition to that next sort of segment of the video. I may need to adjust the shot because the basket's quite tall. Apologies if the angle is a bit different. For some reason my camera cut out part way through recording. So I'll show you what I've got in the boo box. And I will try and recapture as much as I can of what I was just talking to you about. Now there's some food items in here, so if conversations about food and stuff is triggering for you, I'm going to do that first. I'll put a timestamp up now for where you can skip to avoid that, and I'm going to move them like off camera as well. So let's just adjust this. So food and snack wise, I've got a couple of different bits and pieces. First thing is some crisps or chips, as you might call them in America. These are from Flying Tiger, and they're in the shape of like ghosts. I think really they're more like just general blobs, but hey ho. Next is some marshmallows. These are going to be for hot chocolates over the next few days. I've also got some fizzy jelly skulls. I don't normally like sweets as such. I normally go for savoury snacks, but now and again I will have, you know, a few sweets, and then that'll be me good for like 6 months. I've got a little like malt loaf thing from Soreen, and then I've got a few of the Tiger lollipops as well. Like I said, I don't normally like sweet stuff, but I had one or two. I got a couple of these for trick-or-treaters. I got them earlier in the month ready, and I had one or two, and it turns out like I find them really good for like oral stimming, and I actually really like the flavours of these as well. So I'll mind these to the side and we'll talk about the other stuff. So next after that is my Skelly Bob. He is out all year round. He lives in my office, but this is really his time to shine this week. And then I've got a couple of like activity based things. So first is Megan's zine that I mentioned. So far I've only had a flick through this, so I'm looking forward to having a proper sit down and a proper read of it. And I'll probably put on one of those like lo-fi Halloween playlists or something on YouTube and have a read. And then also, while I was at the market that I mentioned at the weekend, I picked up this colouring book, which has got like, you know, sort of a spooky-ish feel to it. A lot of like anatomical kind of drawings, lots of jawbones and snakes and stuff like that. So a bit of like colouring while I'm watching films and stuff. Next I've got some fluffy socks. These have got some ghosts on. I've got a few different pairs of fluffy socks, but these are just like the first ones I'll go to, and then once these are dirty I'll just replace them with some fresh ones. I've got a candle, so I've got a couple of different pumpkin based candles, including the one I've got lit, and I've been burning through them for a few weeks now, as you can see, but these two I'd say are like the peak Halloweeny ones. So I've got this in the basket, and I'll probably end up like switching between the two as the week goes on. Next is this ghost light. I picked this up a few weeks ago, kind of to have it as like a visual stim thing. It's the daytime, so this might not be very clear for you, but that's how it looks. I actually quite like the sound of the motor as well, so it's quite a nice auditory one. I've got one of my tangles in here. So like I say, these are like things that I use all year round pretty much, but they're good, particularly good for this week, you know. You know, the colours are right for the next few days. And then I got a Halloween advent calendar from the Haunts Curiosity Shop, and I've kept a couple of the things aside to use in the next few days. So I've got a hand and body lotion here, and I've got a lip balm as well. I often get sensory issues, like if my lips or my skin more generally is too dry, so like it's good to have them handy generally, but then also these are you know, Halloween / spooky scented ones, so it's good to, in particular, to have those ones. And then also from the Haunts Curiosity Shop, we've got the Samhain Smudge. So these are a couple of incense sticks, and I'm thinking I'll probably light one on the morning of Halloween, and then one in like the late afternoon into the evening. So yeah, that's what I've got in the boo basket. That's kind of what I've got planned for the next few days. So not 100% journal related, but I feel like a lot of people I talk to, a lot of people that like, you know, the bits and pieces that I put out online, also really like this stuff, so I thought I'd share. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you had a good, you know, Halloween Samhain, if you do celebrate it, that is, of course. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.